Hello friends, in this video we will cover up filters and validations in AngularJS. First of all, let's start with the filters. As you must be aware of the common filter terms. Filter is nothing but showing the modified output to the user. Basically filters is applied to a set of data and the data which is required to show to the end user that will be filtered out by using filters and only required data will be shown to the user as an output. So AngularJS provides built-in filters and we can also create our own customized filter by using the AngularJS. So what are the basic functions which filter supports? First of all, as we are aware, filter supports the modification of output. Second thing is the formatting. So formatting is dependent on, suppose I have a number value which I want to show as an output till 2 decimal points. So we can use the AngularJS built-in functions, built-in filters to show the desired output to the end user. The third thing which filter supports are sorting datasets. By using filters we can sort our dataset or sort our data in an ascending or descending order, which can be useful to the user to look out in a particular order in a data. The last use of a filter is filtering dataset. So this is the common use of any filter where we have a large amount of data and we want to show the particular data or particular output to the user depending on his input. In those particular cases, we can use the filtering datasets. So we can use the filter to show the desired output using filters. So how can we define the filters in AngularJS? So the syntax to define the filter is double curly braces, then the expression, then we will put a pipe and the filter. That is the common syntax, a common way of syntax used in AngularJS to define a filter. Let's move ahead with the filters. See what are the built-in filters which are provided in AngularJS. So these are the common built-in filters provided in AngularJS. Uppercase, lowercase. As you can guess with the name, these are used to modify the data. Suppose I have a particular text or particular string and I want to showcase that in a total lowercase or uppercase. In those cases, I can use these filters. The next two filters are number and currency. As I have given you an example, suppose I have a number and I want to show that number till the 2 decimal points. In that case, I will use the number filter. The fourth is currency, where I want to show output in the currency format. In that case, I will be using the currency. Fifth is a JSON. JSON is basically used for debugging purposes or to show the object data onto the UI. This is more used by developers for their debugging or for checking the data which is available in object. So in upcoming demo we'll see how to use this JSON. Fifth built-in filter which we'll be looking is order by. So as name suggests, this filter will order by data into ascending or descending manner. The sixth one is the limit filter, where we can limit the number of count of data which we will be showing onto the page. In demo we'll see this use of this filter. The last one is filter itself, where we will filter the output based on input from the user. So to have a look into these filters or how to use them, let's open up a Plunker editor Let me discard this. I will delete this readme file as I won't be using this ever. Okay, let me add AngularJS package as this is the completed version 1.456, so I will implement or add that in my solution. Here it is added. Let me remove this hello clunker part. Delete it. Now let us start with ng directive. Let me give the name of my module as my app. Then I will create a div in a body tag. I will register my controller here. We give my name, my controller. Okay, so we will need to create module and controller in our JS file. So let's var app, that is global variable, will have angular dot module, will give the name my app as we have defined that in our HTML tag. Then the dependencies, as we currently don't have any dependencies over any of the other modules, so that is my module created. Now let me create my controller. App.controller, name of the controller, that is my controller. Copy the second parameter, as we have seen, is a function which has the scope object as a parameter. Let me define the scope dot name equal to abc. To see if everything is fine, let's print that name here. Let's go to output window and see if abc is getting filled. Okay, so we have successfully created our module and then registered the controller in our module. Let's clean this up. I will create an array of employees here which we will be using for our filters demo. So let me give it the name employees. I will create an object here. First let me assign a property ID, then a name, then a name, suppose I write Rahul. The third thing is his designation. Suppose he is working as a software engineer. Let me copy add 4 employees in this array. Let me update the IDs quickly. Let us give a name. Suppose Abdul works as a SSC, Sita works as a team lead, and Ram is a manager. Okay, so here we have our employees collection which contains 4 employees. Now let us go and try to print those details. So as we have seen, we will be using ng repeat directive to fetch this name emp in employees. Let me create a div inside this. Now we will fetch emp dot id. Let's put a br tag here. Oops. Let me copy this thing, put it twice here. So we'll use for name and designation. Let me check if I've spelled everything properly. Name and designation. Okay, so let's refresh our output window and see if we are able to get those things. Oh, it's not showing designation. I must have made a spelling mistake. Let to double confirm, let me copy this and paste it. Now refresh the thing. Here it is. So we are able to see ID, name and designation. Let us put a labels in front of it. This one is ID, this one is name, and this one is designation. Now refresh the output window. And let's put a BR after every out div. So here it is. You can see the ID, name, designation of each of the employees. Okay, so that's the basic creation of a structure to go into the built-in filters. So just to give you the demo of first 2 filters, uppercase and lowercase, let us go into this. As we have seen, we can define a filter using pipe and then the name of the filter. So I'm defining, or I'm trying to get the employee name as an uppercase. Let me refresh my output. Here it comes. Now you can see every name in a caps. So this is the uppercase filter. Now let's quickly go and see if lowercase filter was fine with this. Let me refresh my output window and here it comes. Every employee's name has came into the lowercase. So this is the lowercase and uppercase filter. A fairly simply filters, easy to understand. As their name suggests, they just create or they just convert the employee names into upper and lowercase. So let me just show the employee names in uppercase only. Okay, the next 2 filters are name and number and currency. To show you the number, let me go and create temporary expression here. Suppose I am writing this value. Now I want to see only first 2 decimals of this number. The number is 3145678. So how can we do that? We will be using the number filter as the definition, or as the syntax suggests. Give it a pipe, then a filter number, then define the parameter as 2 to this filter, so that it will show the decimals or numbers till only 2 decimal digits. Let's refresh this window and see if we can get the desired output. Yes, here it is. We are able to see the desired output, that is 3.50. Suppose I want to show the numbers, every number till 2 decimals. I've removed all the decimal and numbers after it. Let's refresh and see if we get the 3.00. Yes, here it is. We are getting 3.00. So this number filter is working perfectly fine. Now suppose this is not a number and this is the currency, and I want to show this particular number or any particular number in a currency format. In this case, we will be using simple name currency filter, and it will convert the number into currency format. Here it goes. It has converted this 3 into $3.00, because as my culture on my local machine is a US, so it's converting by default into the US dollar. Suppose you have any different culture mentioned or set up on your screen, then that particular by default currency will be shown into your output. So these are the uppercase, lowercase, number and currency filters. Now let us see how to use a JSON filter. So as I have shown you, JSON is used mostly by developers to inspect their object, or to see if everything is coming properly, or everything is being shown, or everything is getting populated properly in an object. To see this, we will have to create an object in a script. So in a controller. Let's go to the scope dot, suppose I write the full name, and in this object let me write fname equal to, oops, again I made the same mistake. Okay, so Rahul, then comma, then L name, that is the last name. Let us put some last name to this Rahul. Now we will go and have this property full name, then a pipe delimiter, and then use the JSON filter. Let's see what output this JSON gives to us. Whoa, there is some error. Let me check what is the error I've made. Console, let's clear it. I guess I've made some that was there. Let's close this, and here it is. You can see the object or details of object. So JSON gives the output, what are the properties of an object and what are the values assigned to it. So any developer while developing use this JSON to see if object is getting populated properly, or what are the detailed fields or properties of that object and what values are assigned to that. So this is the use of JSON. Let me remove this now. Let's go to the remaining part of the filters. So last three filters are order by, limit to, and filter. So let's go into the ng repeat and we'll use the order by filter, and let's specify a parameter order. Okay, let's go to the script. We will have to define this order parameter. We give it a property name. So we will be filtering the employees based on name. So here it is, we have given a pipe delimiter filter and then the name of the parameter from the controller. Let's refresh and see. Yes. Here all the details or all the four employees are ordered by their name using ascending. So A comes first, then R, then Ram, and then Sita. Suppose I want to order by these in a descending order. Sita first, then Ram, then Rahul, and then Abdul. So let's go and see how we can use this. This is very simple. We just have to push a dash sign in front of our parameter name. Let's refresh our output window, and here it comes. The values or the records of employees are ordered by descending. So order by is a pretty simple filter. Let's move on to the next one, that is limit to. Let's put another, okay, let's put another limit pipe parameter, put a limit to and the value. So suppose the use of limit to is to limit the number of records which we are showing to the user on our output window. Suppose out of these 4 employee records, I just want to show 3 records to the user. So in this particular scenario, I can use the limit to filter. So here is the similar syntax. Put a delimiter after pipe delimiter after expression, then limit to and the number of or the number to which we want to limit the records. Let's refresh the output window, and here it comes. We are seeing only 3 records out of 4. Suppose I want to go and show only 2 records. I will update this number, click on refresh button in output window, and it will show the 2 records. So this is the use of limit to filter to limit the output of a records count to the user. Last one is the filter. So filter is like suppose user is entering some input, and depending on that input I want to filter my data. So to do this or to achieve this, let me create select. Here I am creating a drop down which can be selected using the designations, and we will, whenever the user selects particular designation, we will see or we will show the particular designation data to the user as an output. So I have used ng model directive to catch the input from the user. So let's create this quickly. So we have a value of TL. So let's print it TL here. Let me quickly copy this. Okay. Second value was software engineer. So here is the software engineer. The third value is senior software engineer. Here I put a senior software engineer. Then fourth one was manager. Here it goes as manager. So let me refresh my output window and see if we are able to get the drop down properly. Something is missing. First one, parameter. Let us put the default parameter to all. Selected value is blank, and we will try to show all the data on that particular all button using by default. So here it is showing all and then other designations. Now we will go and put a filter on this query. So this is the filter where we will specify a particular input or ng model where we are capturing the input from the user. Let's refresh it and see if we can get the filter working. Suppose I select the TL, here it is. It is showing just a single record whose designation is TL. Then I click on SE and it's showing, oh, it's showing two records. Why it is not working? Okay, because this is expected output, because by default filter will go and select everything, every record which contains that particular input. So these two records contain SE. The first one contains SE text and second one in its SSE contains the SE record. So both of these outputs or both of these records are selected. Suppose I want to go and check into the designation only. So I go and click on this designation and I will have to update this. So just put that as a SS, because when the filter tries to find the data, it will find the SE in both the records and it will fetch up both the records here. So just to revise or just to update, let's give it a SS to the senior software engineer, refresh the output. So here we have updated the designation. Let us click on all, so this will show all the reports or all the records. Let me click on TL, so it will show the TL's record. Let me click on SS, so here it is showing only an SS, that is the senior software record. So this is how the filter in AngularJS works. We will be able to filter out our data depending on the input from the user. So these are the built-in filters which you will be using mostly, and the knowledge of this is useful for you guys. Thank you for your time.